How's it going, guys? My name's Taki, and this is episode 5 of the Maxing series. I've got an absolutely massive episode for you guys today, and we're going to be covering a ton of ground here as we're getting 599s out of the way on this account in this video. Let's jump into it.
I like that you're broken like me. Maybe that makes me a fool.
Welcome back, guys. I have a few goals for this episode. I know that I want to get 99 Runecrafting, attack, and strength. I also want to use whatever time that I have left over to complete the quests required for Crystallize before double XP weekend drops. I'm still testing out some stuff on mobile to see how it works, so this clip right here is me at level 84 Runecrafting, which I AFK'd while I was working on other videos. The XP here is not too bad, but I realized that I could finish this off a lot faster if I just finished the Menopause quest series so I could do this soul altar. To unlock the soul altar, first I needed to do No Evil, then I did Our Man in the North. I had to camp soul obbies for a little bit to be able to get the rep for Fight Club, and then I banged out that quest. Super pumped to try this out because from what I've seen, the rates on this altar are stupid broken for the amount of work that you have to put in, but I'm gonna try it out and see what I get. Now, doing something like this is only recently possible with the player-owned farmed update, which gave us a couple of new Xtreme potions. The one that I'm using right now is the Xtreme Runecrafting potion, which will give me the level required to be able to use the soul altar. There's one extra component to using the soul altar, which is you have to go through the abyss with the skull if you want to get the best XP rates, but this is only required for every 4 trips that you do with essence. From what I can tell, this is basically as AFK as RuneSpan was, but the XP drops that you get from this are just like astronomical. You can do one of these trips and you can beat an entire hour of doing RuneSpan efficiently. The only downside about doing this is my alt doesn't have all of the quests done that can boost my experience like Sluske's endgame, but 92k per run is not really anything to laugh about. One of the really interesting things about this altar is that you don't need the Xtreme potion for any time except for when you're going to get that XP drop. So you can charge this thing as long as you want and you can enter it without the level required to be able to use the altar. The only downside to using the potion is that it doesn't unlock equipment upgrades, so when I finally got to level 90, I went to the Runecrafting Guild and bought the largest pouch that's available, and I went through a couple of these on my way to 99. And here we have 92 Runecrafting. This took me about 3 hours to get, but that's partly because I had a lot of bonus experience stocked up, so I just started blowing through it really fast every single time I was doing those early levels. Now after 92 Runecrafting, this is where things got a little bit more interesting. I took my main through the entire quest series again, just to be able to use him for trading over essence to my alt. Now my original plan was to just trade them through trade windows, and then I just decided to drop them all on the floor with a hotkey on my ability bar, and that ended up being the best strategy. Now I did this for several reasons. One was because I ran out of wicked teleports on my alt, so it started becoming a little bit slower to be able to run through the altar. And the second reason was because my main had something like 130 tokens in the bank, and I knew that I could use those to be able to continuously supply my alt with essence without having to leave, except for when I wanted to get that XP bonus by going through the wilderness. Quick little update, we've got 9.2 mil XP on the tracker right now, and we are about to ding 98. And there we go, we're almost done. We got about like 2.5 hours left to be able to 99 this, and I think I'm going to do an in-depth look of what the system looks like for me to be able to do this on both accounts. So as you can see right now, both accounts are side by side. I have my main standing directly underneath my alt, and my alt is charging up the altar with essence. Once it gets around 70 seconds left, I start dropping all of my essence on the floor from my main account and then teleport to the max guild. I do a quick bank run and then use the Wicked Hood to come back and then set myself up again. And then finally I use the area loot function to be able to pick up and deposit all of the runes inside the charger as fast as possible. I'm still not sure how I feel about the soul altar. I think it's like a little bit too rewarding for not having to do any inputs. I remember back in the day, one of the very first videos that I did on RuneScape was doing the ZMI altar, and that thing required so much effort to get a really small XP rate. You would never be able to get anything that was even a fraction of what the soul altar is now. And you have to do so much work. You have to continuously run back to the bank. You have to withdraw essence. You have to run past all of these mobs. And you had to do this tick perfect to be able to get any kind of a decent XP rate. So it was all about dropping the bank screen as fast as possible. And it was so freaking tedious. And now you can just sit at a charged altar and get 400k from just being lazy as hell. I don't know. But here we go. Here's the 99. I roped Jules and Cardi B into doing some ED2 runs, and my original plan was to do this all the way to 99 Dungeoneering, but this has stopped being as popular now. People are doing other bosses. This is 96 Strength. It's really easy to get combat experience here because all you need to do is tag a monster and do a little bit of damage, and then you'll get the full XP rate as if you were doing the kill yourself. It's a little bit broken if it's abused correctly, but it's not that bad, and it's pretty enjoyable.
Whatever.
And here we go, 97 attack. This is going to be the last level that I'll get in ED2. The rest is going to be coming from the Abyss. 10 out of 10 would do the Abyss again. This XP started just coming in waves, and I was able to get this really good spot right here every single time that I came, and I'm going to plan on doing all of the rest of my attack and strength levels from this one spot here while I'm watching some movies. Here we go, 98 attack. This doesn't really feel that rewarding, but here we go, 99 attack. I put this off for a very long time because I don't really like melee. And here we go, this is another level up. We've got 98 strength. And we have 99 strength, and we're completely finished with this little part of the video. Brief little note, everything that you see from this point forward is all from Double XP Weekend. And we're starting off with 2,000 traps. This should be enough to get me very far. I had to convert all of my protean items into these traps because this was one of my last skills that I had that you could use proteans. And I wasn't aware of how OP crystal chinchompas were with this method. I was getting, I believe, a little bit shy of 2 mil an hour, and the levels just started coming in so fast. And I didn't get crashed or anything. I kind of just spent time next to this dude over here using boxes. Sitting back, relaxing, leveling the main, watching some videos. It's pretty enjoyable. Quick little update, we're almost out of traps. We've put 4 mil plus on the tracker, and we're still getting that 2 mil an hour, but I'm not going to be able to get all the way to the level that I need. I'm only sitting at 97 Hunter right now, and this should be enough to get me close to 98, so I'm going to need to be doing something a little bit different to be able to finish this off. In the meantime, I'm going to be sitting on these 2K logs that I have and just work on some AFK fire making on my main while I finish off this Hunter level. I've been really putting off doing Dungeoneering, not because I don't like it, just because it's so easy and I would rather have saved it for one of the last things to do, but I decided to do a run with some randoms just to see how bad it was training with people. I made sure all the people in my group were at least somewhat experienced with it, and we were able to get some decent XP rates, but I think I'm going to be doing something a little bit different to be able to finish this skill off. I managed to get another set of protean traps from my daily keys, and that was enough to get me to 98 Hunter. Switched over to the Ark, got a nice island with a lot of ornate turtles, and I did my last level there on these guys. The XP rates here are very good, and it went very fast. Switching gears, I decided to work on construction for a little bit. I had a very, very low construction level at the beginning of this double XP weekend, and I sat over here for a little while. This is very, very tedious, and you have to maneuver your window around a little bit to be able to get this to be as fast as possible, which I don't like. But I can't complain, the XP rates are really decent. It's just you have to deal with the monotony of all of this, so I decided to break it up a little bit. Here is 91 construction, and here is 92 construction. I only did this because I was really close to a level, but here we go, 95 woodcutting. I used another Xtreme potion to be able to boost my invention level up. Nothing beats discovering these blueprints on Double XP Weekend because you get bonus experience from all of the discoveries. And that was enough to get me to 92, which is enough to get the Alchemizer 2s with the Xtreme potion, and I'm planning on setting up both of those so I can alch some of the stuff that's crashing on the market right now because of Double XP Weekend. And the last skill that we're going to talk about on this episode is going to be Dungeoneering, and the way that I trained this was actually very interesting. I was originally planning on only doing my alt and then forming groups around that, but people wouldn't really let me join their groups because my Dungeoneering level was so low. Plus the people that I could join with weren't very experienced in Dungeoneering, so my rates would be lower. What I decided to do after seeing this work for a couple of other people was make my main be the group leader, invite my alt, advertise the group as whatever floor plus 3, and then say that I was going to be suiciding and I had a leech. So a suicide means like I'm going to take no risks, I'm going to key the entire room and everything. But the key factor here was that my main had something like 2.7 million Dungeoneering tokens. So with those tokens, I would go down to the NPC south of the party area. I would buy enough party group tickets that I could get numerous different types. and then I would advertise that I had 1.5 or 2x XP, and I would get really, really good people that would try hard in my group. So my alt would AFK in the center, and my main would go around and legitimately do the dungeon correctly. And these people really didn't mind at all because they knew that they were going to get that extra XP, which is better than what they would get in a dedicated group of full 5 people that were participating. So in all, doing this, I was able to get from 84 Dungeoneering, I believe, to 99 in about 5 or 6 hours, which was really, really enjoyable, especially since I like this skill. I was able to get an extra 7 or 8 mil on my main, which was really nice. I'm not really planning on going for 200 mil, but it's definitely a possibility, especially with the crazy XP that's available if you use these cards on double XP weekend. And here we go. This is going to be 99 Dungeoneering. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this one, as it's already getting fairly long. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop the next episode in this series. It should be coming out any day now, and that will showcase the second half of Double XP Weekend, where most of my gains came from. Thanks for the continued support. It means a lot to me, and until next time, Taki out.